Injury Time presents iconic players who wore the jersey number 10. With the evolution of new formations, the roles that were assigned to the previous Chapman squad numbers began to change. One number that was kept reserved for the best player in the team since the 1950s was the number 10. Position-wise, this number was associated with a second striker that later got anointed as an attacking midfielder and also as a trequartista in some formations. Whatever may be the role, the footballing world has seen the best players ever to grace the field don the number 10 jersey for either their club or country or both. The number 7 was often associated with a fast and pacey winger. The number 9 was a number reserved for a goal scorer, while the number 10 is associated with the best and most influential player of the team. On that note, let's take a look at some iconic players who wore the jersey number 10. Francesco Totti. When you hear about Roma, you think of Totti. The man who is considered as the gladiator of Italian football and the golden boy of Rome, Totti has been a one-club legend, wearing his heart on his sleeve for Roma. Totti has played in a number of interesting systems like playing as a false 9, as a trequartista, a winger, and also as an out-and-out striker. Whatever may be the role, Totti has shown for his boyhood club whenever he has donned the famous red shirt. Denis Law. The Lawman, as he was fondly called by the Old Trafford faithful, was one of the best players to grace the Theatre of Dreams. Sir Matt Busby has previously called Law the best player he ever managed, which is a huge compliment considering the players the legendary Scottish manager coached. Law was a hard-working player who always had an eye for goal, which prompted Sir Busby to play him as the second striker. He won the coveted Ballon d'Or back in 1964 donning the number 10 jersey and was also a part of the Manchester United's holy trinity of attackers, beside two other Manchester United legends, George Best and Sir Bobby Charlton. Roberto Baggio. The winner of FIFA's World Player of the Year award in 1993, Italian Hall of Famer, Roberto Baggio needs no introduction. The Divine Ponytail, as he was fondly called during his playing career, Baggio had an eventful career for both club and country. He had more than 200 Serie A goals to his name and was also one of Italy's top goal scorers with 27 international goals. Baggio sported the number 10 jersey during his spells at Juventus and Inter Milan and also for his national team, Italy. He played as a second striker or as an attacking midfielder throughout his career. Michel Platini. The Frenchman was one of the best playmakers the beautiful game has ever produced. Along with his creativity, it was his prolific goal scoring which made him one of the best of his generation. Playing in the number 10 role, Platini achieved great heights at Saint-Étienne and Juventus while also playing a major role in France's 1984 Euro win. The Frenchman won 3 consecutive Ballon d'Ors from 1983 to 85 and was also adjudged French Player of the Century in 1999. Though his latest tryst with FIFA might have tarnished his image, the King will always be highly regarded on the football pitch as a leader, and a dominant midfield maestro who could paint masterpieces on the pitch. Ronaldinho. Gaucho donned many jersey numbers throughout his career, but his standout years came at Barcelona where he sported number 10. The silky, flashy playmaker was an idol to an entire generation and also brought out a change in fortunes for the Catalans. He had all the tricks in the box with his elasticos and no-look passes enthralled the football lovers. He was FIFA's Player of the Year in 2004 and 2005 and also won the World Cup with Brazil in 2002. Ronaldinho did not score 30 goals a season or brilliant work rate in his career, but the joy that he brought to the faces of people with a ball at his feet made him one of the most enigmatic and much-loved player. Zico. The White Pele, as he was lovingly called during his playing career, Zico was one of the best playmakers to ever play football. His vision coupled with his brilliant finishing made him Brazil's talisman in the late 1970s and early 1980s. During this period, he was considered the best player in the world by football fans and critics. The Brazil team of the 70s and 80s put on quite a show with their flair and class, and Zico was at the helm of the side playing as a number 10. Zico played in a number 10 position for Brazil but remains one of the best players to have never won the World Cup. Zinedine Zidane. Words often fall short to describe an enigma like Zinedine Zidane. The Frenchman was as elegant a footballer as one ever saw and was one of the best attacking midfielders of his generation. His pirouettes were a piece of art, while his goal for Real Madrid in the Champions League final against Bayer Leverkusen in 2002 still remains one of the best goals ever. Alfredo Di Stefano once described the former Real Madrid great, "He makes it worthwhile going into the stadium." Such was the aura and elegance of the man who sadly ended his career with a sending off in the 2006 World Cup final against Italy. Pele. Michel Platini was quoted saying, "To play like Pele is to play like God." The Brazilian was the first superstar of world football and captured the imagination of the world with his brilliant goal-scoring feats and amazing trickery. He donned the number 10 jersey for Brazil, for whom he won 3 World Cups. Brazil with Pele in the side is often termed as the best team of all time, and the attacking quality in that team is still unmatched by any team since then. Pele was called the king of football for his sublime goal tally coupled with his trophy cabinet. Diego Maradona. Diego Armando Maradona was more than a footballer. He was a savior to his country, and to his clubs, Napoli and Boca Juniors. Maradona was a one-man army, and he succeeded in becoming one of the best ever to grace the world. Sporting the number 10 jersey, he scored many magical goals, which included the goal of the century against England in 1986. The Argentinian legend was a classic number 10, a perfect trequartista whose dribbling was second to none. Napoli retired the number 10 shirt in honor of their greatest ever player. His vision, goal-scoring abilities, and single-handedly winning the World Cup for Argentina in 1986 puts him high in the echelons of the greats of football. Lionel Messi. The Argentine might not have played in a traditional number 10 position in his career, but he embodies the fundamental idea of having the number 10 on his back. It is said that the best player in a team usually wears the coveted 10, and who else is better than La Pulga? Many critics have said that Messi cannot be termed the best of all time without a World Cup to his name, but to justify his greatness one has to look at the statistics and the sheer number of trophies that he has amassed. One Spanish commentator put it quite simply and rightly to describe Messi after he scored a magical goal recently. "Say thanks to your mothers that she gave birth to you so that you can see Lionel Messi live." That would be all for now. Kindly subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. You can also follow us on the platforms currently showing on your screen. Thanks.